All right, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mark Harmon, and this is the Comic on Demand Show. For those who don't know, this show is where I will draw a 4-panel comic right in front of your very eyes, but as you can see, it is blank. That is because I thought it would be a great idea to let you, the audience, decide to tell me, to let the audience decide. Yeah, that was right. I'm gonna let you decide. I'm gonna let you decide what I draw. I'm gonna let you be the deciding factor. How many other ways can I say this? I'm gonna let you decide, the audience, what I draw. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna take your suggestions, but I have a couple rules. I got 3 rules. 1, I don't take any suggestions of existing IPs like Superman or SpongeBob or whatever, because of like copyright stuff. 2, I won't take any suggestions of anything political or hot button or whatever, and any super violent or whatever. Like, I just want to keep this PG and fun. And 3, I'm not taking any celebrities either, so I'm not drawing celebrities anymore. I did in the past, but I'm not doing it. So you will see a screen pop up that says I'll be right back, and I'm gonna put go in the chat, and when you see the word go, the first 2 suggestions that come after that, those are the 2 suggestions I'm gonna combine into this to create this 4-panel comic. Okay, so wait till you see the go in the chat and then put your suggestions in there, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so where's my little button here? Right there. All right, here it goes. Let's get those suggestions now. All right, we have our first 2 suggestions, it looks like. Our first suggestion is Genie dusts off his resume. And the second suggestion is trapeze artist who is afraid of heights. All right. So I'm going to go to this screen. I'm going to change the text right here. Whoops. Let's just say Genie resume for short. Whoops. And what do we got? Trapeze artist. Let's just put trapeze artist. Trapex. That's what I wanted to put. Karen, I hope you spelled trapeze right, because I'm just going off of how you spelled it. So if you spelled it wrong, now we both look dumb. All right. So we have a Genie dusts off his resume and a trapeze artist who is afraid of heights. All right, cool. I already got an idea. We're just gonna go with it. Okay. You see how quick I got an idea that time? Because those were some great suggestions that were slightly vague but a little more detailed, right? See, that helped me out a lot. You didn't just say Genie and trapeze or something. I don't know. Like, then I would have just sat here and be like, just picking my nose. But these were good suggestions. So good job, crowd. Good job, chat. Good job. All right. Let's do, what angle do I want this at? I'm going to put a person, let's do this. Usually I would probably go to Google to like get some kind of a reference for a trapeze artist, but nah. I'm just gonna wing it this time. That was a little big. Just shrink it down. How long? Yeah, see, here's where I probably should get reference because I don't. How long is that pole? Like trapeze artists, they hold on to like a pole or something. I'm not exactly sure how long the pole is. We'll just say it's kind of that long. And it looks like in the chat we already got some shots fired. Somebody forgot that they were in a different time zone than me, and so they were always looking for my show an hour early. And so I specifically on Facebook, when I put my little advertisement out on Facebook, I put a list of all the time zones. So I was like, I'm streaming tonight at 6, 7, 8, and 9, and Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern. I put all the time zones in. And it was basically a jab at my brother, who doesn't know his time zones. But I also thought it was a good idea to just do it anyway, because, you know. Luella says he's drawing a robot. Kind of, yeah. Not really, but the skeleton's a robot. It's sort of a robot-looking skeleton thing. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so used to drawing digital and, like, doing stuff on my phone that, like, I was this close to, like, going like this to zoom in on this head. I wanted to zoom in on this head to make the face, to start drawing the face. Oh boy. What's a trapeze artist's suit look like? I'm trying to picture like Batman and Robin. Has anybody seen a trapeze artist in real life? Like a circus with a trapeze? I think I have. I know I've been to a circus, but I don't remember if there was a trapeze thing. I remember there was like one of those, like, it was like a metal cage that was like in a sphere, and then there's like motorcycles like going around and around. That was pretty cool. Like I didn't want them to crash, but there was a part of me that kind of wanted them to crash. just to see what it looks like. Like, what is a motorcycle crash inside of a metal sphere? What does that look like? I was just curious from a scientific point of view. You know what I'm saying? This brother, oh yeah, this brother wouldn't have seen anything on Facebook. I know, I took a jab at you, and it was basically behind your back, because I knew you wouldn't see it. All right, let's have... He's gonna have a genie lamp. And we'll put it like on a strap or something here. Nightingale reference, Thunderdome, I don't... Something I said? Did I make a reference I'm not aware of? Karen, Cirque du Soleil. Is that how you say that? Soleil. If I was American, I'd be like, Cirque du Soleil. Alright, so this guy's going to be saying something like, I'm so afraid of heights. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have an idea of, like, and I already have the punchline and all that stuff, but like, this third panel, I might need to do something funky with it. I don't know, maybe not. They came to Gillette? Cirque du Soleil came to Gillette? How big is Gillette? I've never actually been. Batman's sidekick Robin, aka Dick Grayson, aka Nightingale, aka DC Warner Brothers, will have their lawyers contact you soon. Oh, okay. Well, see, I can say stuff all I want, right? I just don't think I can draw it. So I can sit here and I can say the words Superman, SpongeBob, Batman, but I'm just talking. Oh, Gillette has about 35,000 people? Really? I hear Gillette is the best a man can get. Oh, shoot. Now I just said a company slogan, so that might actually be a no-no, right? Like, I can't. Maybe I can get Gillette to be a sponsor. That's actually something I haven't figured out yet. And it's not really something I can figure out yet. Is like monetizing this YouTube channel thing. Because like YouTube won't even let you try to monetize it. And like ads, to give you money from ads, until you have at least like 1,000 subscribers. And I think I have 43, so hey, I'm pretty close. I'm almost there. But it's also something I haven't thought too much about. Like, because I do eventually want to monetize this thing somehow. I mean, as much as I love doing it, I'd love to get paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I need to erase this dude's hair for a second. Alright, so it's gonna say like, oh yeah, my lamp. Okay, this panel's gonna be tricky. Well, maybe not. It'd be alright. I'm gonna have some back and forth word balloons, and so I need to. I gotta like mentally picture like the two people talking, him and the genie, and then like where the balloons are gonna go back and forth. I would make this genie look like Will Smith, but remember, no celebrities. Or I can make the genie look like Shaq, but again, no celebrities. So, if you're hoping that I'm making this genie look like Shaq or Will Smith, that's just not happening. I would prefer living in a cornfield as opposed to Gillette. You'd rather live in a cornfield? Is it as tricky as rocking a rhyme? Oh, Wayne says you can make it look like me. Maybe I will. I mean, he is going to be bald with like a beard or something. Gillette has a firework convention that is a must-see. Fireworks for a week. That sounds pretty sweet. A firework convention in Wyoming makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, who likes fireworks more than rednecks, you know? I mean, like, growing up in Wyoming, I was probably only like, like 1/10 redneck, and I still loved blowing stuff up with fireworks. So I imagine if you're full redneck, that's probably a dream come true. So I had this idea that, like, maybe this is just like further down the line or something. Because I already stink at, like, doing stuff already. But, like, somewhere down the line, I was thinking about the idea of, because you know how, like, Bob Ross, when he did his thing, it was like, hey, everybody, why don't you paint along with me? And so it was supposed to be like a you paint while he's painting kind of a thing. And I was like, what if I do the same, where it's like you draw a 4-panel comic at the same time I'm drawing a 4-panel comic, and then there'd be some website where we can all just put our comics on there, and then we can all look at each other's comics. Oh, whoa, we got lots of chats going on here. Gillette isn't bound. Sounds better than Rock Springs. Dude, everything sounds better than Rock Springs. Isn't bad. You just said you'd rather live in a cornfield. I've been in a cornfield. Dude, that reminds me of when we were coming back from your house, when we were driving back from Oklahoma. Holy smokes, dude. Driving through Kansas was weird. Like, I didn't realize a state could be so flat and so full of nothing. And then there's Kansas. Like, Kansas was wild. Actually, you know what's weird? To me, it actually felt kind of creepy. Like, I've grown up with mountains my whole life. And so, like, driving through Kansas, it was actually kind of creepy. Like, I don't know, like, what's the opposite of claustrophobia? Whatever the opposite of claustrophobia is. I felt too exposed. Like there's nowhere to hide or something. Dude, Kansas was weird. Cornfields are creepy, yes they are. They had to do a creepy movie with kids and knives in a cornfield. Hashtag Rock Spring sucks. Man. For anybody that's driven through Wyoming, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bash my own state, but oh boy. Rock Springs. Okay. Alright, so Genie is saying, what do you want? And this dude says, I don't want to be afraid of heights anymore. He says, done. He needs some kind of shiny armbands here. Needs little like sparkly twinkles. There, now it looks magical. Alright, last panel here. Again, I made it too big. Oops, I forgot to give him more, is it Genie needs more pointy ears? Oh boy. Alright, well the chat's full of people talking about Rock Springs. I'm not gonna get into that. The Grubs? I've never been to Grubs. I haven't eaten a whole lot in Rock Springs. It's like Arby's, McDonald's, Chili's, or no, it's Applebee's. It's Applebee's. Mostly this the chain. What was that? No, the only sort of local place I think that I've eaten at in Rock Springs was Broadway Burger. I think that was the only sort of local place that I've ever eaten at in Rock Springs. And I don't think Broadway burger was that bad. It was pretty, I don't know, normal diner food, I guess. Wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. All right, so now the punchline here is, well, I mean, this is already kind of the punchline, but he's like, whoops. Made him too courageous. Do I know how to spell courageous? Not really. You know what? Brave. That's a good word. Time to dust off the old resume. All right. So it is time for the mid-suggestion. Okay? So let me just zoom out here real quick. So anyway, there's the comic before I start inking. So he's like, oh, I'm so afraid of heights. And then he's like, oh yeah, my lamp. So he rubs the lamp. Genie's like, what do you want? I don't want to be afraid of heights anymore. He's like, done. And so you see that he's so unafraid of heights that he just jumps off. He just jumps off the wire. And he's like, whoops, made him too brave. Time to dust off the old resume. Because he's going to go kersplat. It's grim. It's a grim one today, folks. All right. But like I was saying, mid-suggestion. So for those that don't know, the mid-suggestion is when I'm going to do just like I did before at the beginning. You're going to see that little screen. I'm going to put go in the chat. And then the first one thing, is that proper English? The first one thing, whatever. The first thing, I'm not going to take two, I'm just going to take one. The first thing to pop up after I put go in the chat, I'm going to fit that in here somewhere in the background. So let's get that mid-suggestion right now. All right, we have our mid-suggestion of raining cats and dogs. Okay, so it looks like the only place that I even left room is right here in the first panel. So let's do some, I'm going to make them more like silhouettes and stuff. And they're going to be very simple cats and dogs. And then when I ink these, I'm just going to make them like silhouettes or something. I'm not going to make them very detailed here. Because I don't have all night, you know what I'm saying? This one will be like a little wiener dog. Draw my cat. My cat has too many dumb details. Like, I've drawn my cat before, and it was a pain in the butt. Because she's like the technical term is a dilute tortoiseshell. And so she's just got like so many like different color patterns on her face and everywhere that she's really hard to draw. Okay. Which one makes more noise on the way to the ground? I'm going with cats. Yeah, because I think a dog might actually like it, right? Do you think a dog would like falling? Would it be like sticking its head out a window? Would it like not know what's going on? Or would it just stick its tongue out and like enjoy every minute of it? We have a cat like yours. Her name is Princess Peach Fuzzy Mousetrap. See, I would laugh at your cat's name, but my cat's name is not much better. Not saying your cat's name is dumb. I'm just saying because our cat's name is Mrs. Kitty Meow Meows, and you just try to say that with a straight, dignified face. And the best part is like when we took her to the vet to get her fixed, like years ago. Like the vet called to ask us something or something, and the vet, and so then the vet had to say that name. They were like, "Yes, we have a question about Mrs. Meow Meow." It was pretty great. I was like, "I'm sorry, you cannot say Mrs. Kitty Meow Meow and do it with a straight face, you know?" There's no cool way to say that. That's what I'm saying. Just if you're gonna say yeah, dude. Okay, so my brother reminded me that we had a cat like way back in the day, and we named him Alfredo Don Juan Conquistador. And the reason why boy. All right, hey Carson, if your daughter's still watching, maybe you need to cover her ears for this part. But the reason why we I think the reason, if I remember correctly, the reason why we named him Don Juan is because, all right, let me back up. So we used to live in this cabin in the woods, up in the mountains, and there was this one time these cats just sort of showed up out of the woods, which is weird, right? Like you're in the middle of the woods, you're in the middle of the forest, and all of a sudden 2 cats just sort of show up at our house. And we're like, oh, we can't let these cats just starve or whatever. I don't know. So we fed them. Well, since we fed them, and I don't think they had anywhere else to go, so we now had 2 cats. Anyway, so these 2 cats, they show up at our house. And so now they're basically ours. They won't leave. So anyway, 1 cat was a boy and 1 cat was a girl. And So yeah, so we named the boy cat Don Juan because he was always trying to be romantically involved with the other cat, like all the time. We'll just put it that way. They were probably husband and wife cat, you know. You gotta tell what we did to them before we fed them. I don't. Oh. Oh yeah. Is there a statute of limitations on this kind of stuff, or like, confessing things in front of a camera? Like, am I gonna get in trouble? Anyway, we didn't want cats, so when they showed up, we may or may not have shot at them with BB guns to make them go away because we didn't want them. Am I remembering that correctly? I'm pretty sure we shot at them with BB gun, but it was probably because we were a terrible shot and never hit them. Then they stuck around. Am I remembering that correctly? So anyway, Don Juan was he was a very romantic cat, and he tried so hard to make the babies with the other cat. But nothing ever happened. But then our neighbor's cat that lived, okay, when I say neighbor, this was in the woods. So the nearest neighbor that had a cat, they were like a mile away. So anyway, this orange cat that lived a mile away, he shows up. Okay, wait, let me back up again. So Fredo, he would do his duty, right, with the female cat, and then he would just like disappear out into the woods for like a day or two and then come back. So he did this like a couple times. He would just disappear into the woods. A couple days later, he'd show up, and he'd usually look pretty ragged, like more and more ragged every time he left. Until one day he left and he never came back. After that, our neighbor's cat came, and he got with the girl cat, and that actually worked. And so then the cat had 5 kittens. So now we had 6 cats. But a lot of them actually, they didn't make it. They died. But I think just one of them made it. So then we had 2 cats. Well, then the one grew up and became of age. And that neighbor cat came back, got with the first cat again, and then got with his daughter. And then each of those had 5 cats. And they all lived this time. So then we had 12 cats just hanging out at the cabin. Now, they were like super adorable. But yeah, dude, we're like, we cannot have 12 cats just hanging around here. But the good thing is so up at that cabin, we had a mouse problem for a long time. But after we had those cats, we did not have a mouse problem for a while. They would like, those cats would like kill stuff and then put them on our porch, or they would take the heads off first and then drop them at our porch, at our door, as like, little presents. And like, I didn't know that up in those mountains that there were shrews. You know, those like little things that look like mice, but they're really tiny and they have like a long nose. Yeah, like I had no idea that we even had shrews up there. But apparently they killed lots of shrews. So, I mean, that was kind of cool. And then moles. I'd never seen a mole. Like, you'd see, like, the little mole mounds twisting through the dirt all the time. But I never actually saw a mole. But I saw plenty of dead moles sitting on my porch. Yeah, the other one was named Sassy. I don't remember cats, so this must have been before Wayne and I got married. Yeah, this was like during my senior year, I think, senior year in high school. Or like right after high school, I think. Well, no. When we had all the cats, that was like after high school, but during high school, we had the cats. And then like, so there was this one day. So these cats were all sorts of like colors and stuff. There was like a little orange one and a black one, and then like some calico ones. And then there were two of them that were like white, but they had gray paws and a gray tip on their tail and gray tipped ears, and they were super cool. And like these bright blue eyes. They were super pretty. And I named one of them Buddha. I don't know why, because I just thought Buddha was a cool name. So I named one of them Buddha, and that one, we didn't let him in the house. We kept him outside. Well, one time a lot of times when you open the door, they would like rush at the door and try to come in. And there's this one time, they all tried to rush in. My mom went to close the door, and she closed the door right on Buddha's head, like totally like munched him. And so after that, he no longer trusted us. Like all the other cats, they absolutely loved us, and you go outside and they'd climb all over you, and you know, whatever. They were super cute and friendly and whatever. But like, so all the cats, when you open the door, they'd come running, except for Buddha. As soon as you open the door, he ran away, and he'd be very, very skittish. So when it came time to like, as soon as everybody left the house, and my parents were, I think they were about to go on their mission. They were like, what are we going to do with these cats? We're about to leave for 2 years. So my dad gathered up all the cats, put them in a box, and then drove down the road and dumped them off somewhere. But he never got Buddha, because as soon as you open the door, Buddha would run away. So I think Buddha probably hung around for a little bit, but then because none of his other brothers and sisters and stuff were around, he finally left or something. So anyway, that's the story of our crazy cabin cat story. To top off this story, you should go get our cat, and she should make an appearance on camera, huh? Maybe I can even get her to say something. Let me know in the chat. Should I put our cat in front of the camera? See if we can get her to perform or something. So I put those on Facebook, but during the summer this year, dude, I got the sweetest video of my cat puking. It is a fantastic video. And I thought about like putting on Facebook, but I don't know. I decided not to. But I guess if anybody wants to see it, maybe I'll shoot it to you in the DMs or something. It's a pretty amazing video. But she's only puking up grass, so it's not like it's gross, but it's not like really gross. It's like the heaving and the drooling before she does it. That's the gross part. The actual puking, it's actually kind of tame because it's just a bunch of grass. But Buddy got CTE. Yeah. Oh, we got 3 yeps. We got 3 yeses in the chat. Or you just text one of the boys and have them just have one of the boys bring her in. Oh, she's still just right there. Sometimes she hangs out in front of my door in my studio. I need like a straight edge to ink this. She's always grouchy. All right, everybody. We're going to take a break here for a second. And come here, dum-dum. Oh. All right, everybody. Here's my cat. Say something into this. It'll be sweet. All right, she really hates her. She really hates like her toe beans being touched. So I'm gonna see if she'll. She usually meows if you touch her toe beans. I'm trying to get her to meow in the microphone. Do it in the mic. Yeah. Anyway, that's our cat. As you can see, she loves us so much. She absolutely hates being touched. It's pretty funny. But she likes to hang around. Like, if we're all in a room together, she'll come and join us. And, like, when we try every night to, like, sit around the table and have dinner and stuff. And, like, she'll hop up on the chair with us. And she'll, sit around for dinner. Or if we're in a room, she'll come into the room and like lay on the floor by us and stuff. Like, she's not one of those cats that like runs and hides all the time, but she doesn't like being touched. So it's pretty funny. She's like the epitome of like an introvert. She wants to hang around and be around everyone, but just not interact with. Our cat is not fat. She's fluffy because it's the winter time. Cats get fluffier in the winter. We're actually like, I think we're somewhat responsible cat owners. We don't feed our cat human food too much. like any human food we do give her, it's just like chicken or something. Just feed her meat. But we're not like giving her lots of weird food. We've even like tried to give her some food that she probably shouldn't have, like a Twinkie or something. She just doesn't want it. But I bet if you ask some people, we're irresponsible cat owners because we actually let her outside. So especially in the summer, she's an outside cat more often. And yes, an occasional bird shows up on their doorstep. So yeah, she kills birds. So sue me. On the wooden floors, she's her own bowling alley. Yeah, dude, when so yeah, our whole house is it's mostly wooden floors. And, like, she loves chasing stuff. So if you throw something that goes skidding across the floor, she'll chase after it. But then she has no brakes, so she'll run after it and then go skidding. It's pretty funny. It's funny I like doing that just to make her skid across the floor. All right. I'm jealous of you who have cats that like to snuggle. Because ours most definitely does not like to snuggle. Okay, I think that is it, people. Let me zoom out here. Anyway, there is your 4-panel comic of... What was it? Oh, yeah. A genie dusting... so here's your 4-panel comic of a genie dusting off his resume and a trapeze artist afraid of heights. So he's like, I'm afraid of heights. Oh, yeah, my lamp rubs the lamp. What do you want? I don't want to be afraid of heights. It makes him too courageous. And he jumps off the rope to go Chris Platt. So now the genie has to dust off his resume because he has to get a new master. Ha ha ha. Anyway. There it is. There's 4-panel comic. Thanks everybody for showing up. As always, you're all awesome. Without you showing up, I don't even have a show to do. So anyway, at some point in time, I will have these available to purchase somewhere. And I also I want to create like stuff like merch, but like have it be very related to these, like a t-shirt that just has like a lemon gorilla for you hardcore fans, you know what I'm talking about? That just says like lemon gorilla or like last week's right here that I still have right next to me. Have like a t-shirt that just has like a turtle on a toilet and it's just yelling human pose. That'd be funny. Anyway, one of these days I'll have those done. But anyway, thanks for showing up, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe and share and do all the advertising for me so I don't have to do it. Anyway, thanks for showing up. See you next week.